Welcome to Siem Reap, the second largest city in Cambodia and the country's most popular tourist destination. Home to the world-famous Angkor Wat and a hub for the arts, Siem Reap is a city you can't miss when traveling in Cambodia. Since we had less than 48 hours to explore the city and its surroundings, we spent quite a bit of time researching to narrow down our must-see list to a handful of items. And our first stop probably isn't one you'd expect, but it might have been the most memorable experience.
Today we're at the Apopo Visitor Center in Siem Reap. Apopo is an NGO that works worldwide and has a mission of demining the world.
And they do this using a little help from this guy. These African giant pouch rats are lightweight enough to walk over landmines and other munitions without triggering them. With the training Apopo gives them, they learn to detect the scent of explosives and provide signals to their human friends to show where those explosives are.
When the handler step here, don't see when the rats patchy.
Cambodia has a huge issue with unexploded munitions, in part because the United States dropped millions of cluster bombs on the country during the Vietnam War, and the Khmer Rouge planted countless landmines to defend its regime. Since 2014, Apopo has partnered with the Cambodian government in an effort to demine the country. Despite having removed more than 4 million landmines and undetonated bombs from the country since 1990, there's an estimated 4 to 6 million left undiscovered. At the visitor center in Siem Reap, you get to see how the rats and their human counterparts find these explosives. Because our tour was a little later in the day, the rats were pretty tired from the heat, so they were a little slow to find the landmine in our demonstration. But that made the cuddles we got after the demonstration that much sweeter.
You look so sleepy. You're so cute. Hi. No.
If you're interested in taking this tour, tickets were $10 per person, and the tour starts every half hour from open till close. And, as we learned, not all heroes wear capes, but some have tails.
Hi.
Good morning, it is 4:40 and we're heading to Angkor Wat today. But check this out. A little friend showed up. He's like, "What are you doing up at 4:40, man? Go back to sleep."
But we couldn't go back to sleep, because we wanted to make it to Angkor Wat for the sunrise, which is basically at the top of every tourist to-do list in Siem Reap, and Angkor Wat is almost a 20-minute tuk-tuk ride from downtown Siem Reap, so you have to leave early.
Welcome to the world famous Angkor Wat.
Yes, we've got 9 more minutes till sunrise, so very perfect timing.
As we walk closer to the temple, the sky changed to the pale pink of morning. There were only a handful of other visitors sitting by Rainbow Bridge, the most popular spot to watch the sunrise from. So we enjoyed a few peaceful moments as the sun crept out from behind the temple before crossing the bridge.
We're about to enter the main compound of Angkor Wat. Spectacular.
I am really glad we woke up early this morning because I don't think it would be the same even a couple hours later. The colors are just amazing.
This site is vast. There are so many different structures in both Hindu and Buddhist artifacts. There's no signage whatsoever indicating what's what.
I wish there were signs here that let you know what some of these things were, because we're having to Google on the fly.
So if you plan to visit, make sure to either hire a guide, find an app with an audio tour on your phone, or do a lot of research ahead of time. For me, understanding what I was looking at created a deeper appreciation for the temple. Here's a little of what we learned from our visit. Angkor Wat sits in the ancient capital of the Khmer Empire, known as Angkor. It was originally built in the 12th century as a Hindu temple dedicated to the deity Vishnu, but it was gradually transformed into a Buddhist temple toward the end of that century. It was made to be a miniature replica of the universe in stone. representing a model of the cosmic world with its structure. It's modeled after the mythical mountain Meru, which in Hinduism is a sacred 5-peak mountain thought to be at the center of the universe and a dwelling place of the gods. Its 5 towers correspond to the peaks of Meru. The outer wall corresponds to the mountains at the edge of the world, and the surrounding moat the oceans beyond. For the Khmer Empire, it represented the spiritual center of the kingdom. By the time we learned all of that, the 95-degree heat was starting to get to us.
It is 6:30, right around 6:30, and it is already really steamy and hot.
I think we need desperately some iced coffee.
So we stepped outside the temple to look at the food stalls on the outskirts.
Number 6 is David. Thank you.
Coffee breakfast. What is your name?
Melissa.
Melissa.
Yeah, what's your name?
Lina.
Lina.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
It's a
you,
very
Lina.
pretty name.
11 years old.
You're 11 years
Yeah.
old? Oh, okay.
And you?
Me?
Very
I'm
old.
30. I just turned 34.
Yeah.
I'm 34.
And
He's older.
37.
37. My niece,
Minus?
my sister's daughter.
Yes.
She's 13 years old, so
Yeah.
she's like your height, your size.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take whatever they have. The iced coffee,
I coffee.
milk iced
here?
coffee. Yeah.
Yes, like I coffee. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
coffee with
two of those.
Two. She's so sweet.
I love her, Lina. That's such a pretty name. I like that name.
She's like a hustler, man.
Yeah, I know.
She hustles. I have successfully found iced coffee, so things are gonna improve from here. Wow, like the sugar is so good.
You're welcome. Thank you. You did such a
Thank you.
did a good job.
Thanks, Lina.
Here she left her a pretty big tip, so I think the bill was like $9 and you paid $25.
Yeah, something like that.
So
She's just so sweet. She just went to confirm with her mom that she can keep the money. It's really funny. Okay, we're saying goodbye to the world famous Angkor Wat and going to our second temple of the day. I think we're gonna limit our visit to 2 temples today. It's just too hot to be out for any longer. To the next temple.
Angkor Wat is part of the larger Angkor Archaeological Park. When you buy a ticket to see Angkor Wat, you also get access to all the other sites within the park. Ticket prices vary based on the number of days you want to visit the park, but a one-day pass costs $37 per person and can be purchased online. Our next stop is another pretty famous temple in this park. It's about a 20-minute tuk-tuk ride away from Angkor Wat, and the tuk-tuk cost us about $10.
All right, we have arrived at the temple number 2 called Taprom.
this was, I think, the number one recommendation from our guide yesterday at the Apopo Visitor Center. She said that this is the absolute must-not-miss temple on her list.
Ta Phrom was built in the late 12th century as a Buddhist monastery. Unlike Angkor Wat, nature has been allowed to take over here and swallow up parts of the structure. Its most prominent features are trees that appear to grow right out of it, which is, in part, why the movie Tomb Raider was filmed here, lending it the name Tomb Raider Temple. After several sweaty hours exploring the Angkor archaeological site, we headed back to our Airbnb, which was about a 30-minute tuk-tuk ride, to rest and prepare for the evening ahead, which would be our last adventure in Siem Reap.
Look, I have something to show you. Even better than a ruin. An air conditioner. One of the best inventions since Angkor Wat.
We're at the Amazon restaurant in Siem Reap, and tonight we're going to watch a traditional dance of Cambodia.
The dance is called Apsara, which has its roots in both Hinduism and Buddhism. According to Hindu mythology, Apsaras were beautiful female creatures sent from heaven to entertain the gods and kings by dancing. This dance has a high degree of complexity, requiring extreme flexibility. Some movements involve the dancers bending their fingers almost all the way back to their wrists. The movement and traditional costumes are not only beautiful, but they're also rich with meaning and history. It's an absolutely mesmerizing tradition to watch, and a definite must-see while in Cambodia. And while we know we missed a lot of other sites while visiting Siem Reap, we thoroughly enjoyed our time there, and we hope this video helps and inspires you to plan your trip to Cambodia. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.